thought we had it all. A home we'd built together, 2 amazing kids, and a love that I believed was unshakable. Sarah and I had been married for 12 years, and while things weren't always a fairy tale, they were real. We were a team, or so I thought. The change was so subtle at first, I'd almost missed it. It started with her phone. It was always with her face down on the counter or clutched in her hand. A small smile would play on her lips as she texted, a smile I hadn't seen directed at me in a long time. When I'd ask who she was talking to, she'd just say, "Oh, just a coworker, Mark. We're working on a project." I believed her. Why wouldn't I? This was Sarah, my Sarah, the woman I trusted with my whole life. But Mark started taking up more and more space in our lives, even though I'd never met him. His name would pop up in conversations about her day. "Mark thinks this is a great idea. Mark told the funniest story today." I started to feel like a ghost in my own home, an observer to a life she was living with someone else. The real gut punch came one evening. We were having dinner and I was telling her about a promotion I was up for at work, something I was both excited and nervous about. I looked up expecting to see her engaged, but her eyes were distant. She was scrolling through her phone under the table. I saw his name on the screen. My voice trailed off. I asked her, "Are you even listening to me?" She looked up, startled, and said, "Of course, honey. It's promotion. That's great." But her tone was flat, disconnected. It was in that moment I realized I wasn't just competing for her attention anymore. I had already lost. I felt invisible. The man she once looked at with adoration was now just part of the furniture. The intimate jokes, the shared glances, the late-night talks, they had all vanished, replaced by a digital wall she had built between us. I was no longer her confidant, her partner. That role had been outsourced to Mark. An emotional affair. Doesn't leave bruises you can see, but it shatters you from the inside out. It makes you question everything you thought was real. Was our love just a memory I was clinging to? I confronted her a week later, the tears, the denials, then finally, the confession. She said it wasn't physical. It was just talking. But it wasn't just talking. It was the emotional intimacy, the support, the connection that was rightfully mine, given to another man. She had made me a stranger in my own marriage. The sense of betrayal was suffocating. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of shared memories that now felt tainted. Rebuilding from that is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. It's a slow, painful process of trying to find each other again, or perhaps finding new versions of ourselves. For anyone out there feeling invisible in their own relationship, please know your feelings are valid. You're not just a background character in someone else's story. If you're struggling with feelings of betrayal or mental distress, talking to a professional can provide clarity and support. You don't have to navigate this darkness alone. Seeking help is a sign of incredible strength. Thanks for listening to my story.